Hey everybody, this is an emergency announcement. The reason we're having this announcement is, as you know, in graphic design, it's very easy to get on the internet, find something that belongs to someone else, and assume falsely that you can use those graphics. Just a reminder, this department has a zero tolerance, no tolerance policy on plagiarizing material. This means you cannot take a work or piece of art that belongs to one person, either in whole or in part, and add it to your piece and consider it to be yours. So for instance, if you were to rip the word Rocky off the top of a 1976 poster with Sylvester Stallone, you can't say that that's yours. You can't Photoshop it in some way and say that that picture of beat-up Sylvester Stallone is yours. It's not allowed. Some of you got dinged in the first project for using graphics that belonged to someone else. If it was only one of you, I might not say anything, but there were several of you. Some of you tried to use graphics from open source products that required attribution, but you didn't acknowledge who created the artwork in your piece, and you got dinged. Some of those people are currently, their work is being looked at to make a determination of where we're going with that. However, in the advertisement project, almost every single piece that I looked at had somebody taking work from the Sci-Fi Channel, or taking work from one of the many Alice in Wonderland movies, or taking a 3D picture of a rabbit from Alice in Wonderland's cartoon edition, or a 3D version that is also owned by Walt Disney. We cannot have that. As soon as your work comes up onto a school server, that material is owned by the state. And when your work plagiarizes, it can damage this school. And rather than see the school get damaged, they would just as soon have you booted from the course or have you booted from the school. Don't let that happen to you. In the first week of class, preferably in the first week of class. Some of you waited just a tiny little bit, but in the first week of class, the very first assignment that we had was an acknowledgement that you understood the role of plagiarism, that you had read the student handbook, that you understood it, that you understood the no tolerance policy here, and that you would only use artwork that you created yourself, or that you had permission to use from the original creator, or you had purchased the stock work, or that it was owned under Creative Commons, labeled for reuse with modification. So Creative Commons with attribution, not allowed. Please take careful attention to what you're doing. If you're using work in your portfolio that belongs to someone else, they could ask that your website be halted until you pay damages. They could take your Behance profiles down. The company that you're working with could fire you and then sue you for all the money they paid you as an employee and then the damages that you had done to their company. Please, I'm begging you, please don't take somebody else's work and think that you can include it in your own. You can not. And if someone raises a stink about you using something that doesn't belong to you, as soon as they look back and see the agreement that you signed, that you understood all that material, that will be grounds for booting you right out of the school, especially if you've had one offense in the past. So please, take it from me. Make your own artwork. It's not worth it. It's really not. Anybody who used artwork owned by somebody else on the portfolio builder assignment can resubmit for credit. Okay, I'll give you an additional week to get it done. That said, I look forward to seeing your work. I know you can do some really fantastic stuff out there. Don't let this setback sour you to the project and the process, but understand that in the real world, if you did this, you could lose your house, you could lose your car, you could get sued within an inch of your life. If you have questions, please call me. My number's in the faculty information. Boy, I hope I pointed in the right direction. My information's in the faculty information area, and I look forward to seeing your work. I know you're going to have some fantastic stuff. And please, by all means, design your future by yourself. You can do it.